Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm for Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. In today's video, breaking down this video from the Coin Bureau and my top 2 absolute must not do rules for crypto to make it big this market season. So stay tuned.
Watching Bitcoin climb higher feels like watching a train leave without you, but it's not too late. At Drip2 BTC, you can grow your Bitcoin like never before. Earn up to 3,000% APR on credit conversions and discounts on Bitcoin purchases. Step 1, buy Bitcoin. Step 2, deposit it. Step 3, let your wallet do the work. Don't miss this chance to change your life. Start today at drip2btc.com.
Now, shout out to Coin Bureau. They are by far, in my opinion, one of the best, absolute, unbiased sources of crypto information in general out there, and they have one of the largest channels. When I first got into the market and following them, they were under 1 million, and they got to like 1.5 in the last cycle, and then recently this has grown almost in 1 million since this new cycle started, since Bitcoin or bull run started, basically this season 2024. So this video they made was the top 10 mistakes that you should avoid in this crypto bull market. So we're technically, as of this video, we are still early. Regardless of when you get in this cycle, you're still very early to what's going to happen to the general crypto market, especially with what the US wants to do. As of this video, the inauguration still hasn't happened yet, but as a recording of this video, by the time you watch it, it has, and we will see if Trump went through with his day one legislation for crypto. There's definitely been a lot of talks, and recently we've had pumps and stuff due to speculation, buy the rumor, sell the news, all sorts of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to play a short clip from Coin Bureau, reference the not all 10, because I'm only using 2. Now, let me preface this by saying this is kind of a chicken and the egg scenario. So I feel these are the 2 most important. They only cover one of the 2, and the other one is my own. They kind of mention it throughout the video, but they didn't specifically address it. So I'm going to start with theirs first, and then I'll let you know how this plays out in regards to which one is the most critical, because it all depends on where you are in your crypto journey, or where you're coming, how long you've been here, basically. So give me 1 second. All right, let's get into it.
Now, the 9th crypto mistake is being unable to change your attitude towards a crypto or the crypto market in general. The scientific term for this is marrying your bags, and it's when you're unable to admit that it's time to change up your holdings. Before you marry your bags, it's common to fall in love with the narrative, which you'll recall tends to come after a crypto has pumped, often because of whales or insider manipulation. Alas, many a crypto holder has succumbed to this siren song and insisted that the sweet narrative means the crypto in question can never crash, and that when it does, it's only time to buy more and keep ignoring all the others. Take Memecoins, for instance. For months, many Memecoin enthusiasts were insisting that Memecoins would continue pumping and altcoins would continue lagging. They gave all sorts of scientific reasons for this, like Memecoins being a purer expression of the speculation we find with most altcoins. Naturally, their conclusion was that memes would pump instead of altcoins. Over the last few weeks, though, we've started to see the paradigm shift. Even though a lot of capital is still moving into Memecoins, more and more of it is starting to rotate into altcoins. Consider that this is exactly what happened in the previous cycle. Dogecoin traders were rotating their gains into altcoins.
All right, I'll pause there because he's kind of giving an explanation, but the main caveat is, or TLDR, is do not marry your bags. Oh my gosh. That is, to me, one of the biggest. Like I said, there's only 2 that will get you wrecked, and this could be your number 1. So marrying your bags and falling in love with a narrative, I feel, is more akin to if you joined in prior to this cycle taking off. So that means you may have round tripped these bags from the previous cycle. And that happened to a lot of us watching my content, especially if you joined me from the previous cycle where the Drip Network got started. So that round tripping and marrying a narrative resulted in a chart that looks like this. So this is literally the chart of every single shit token and 99% of all the alts. So I guess memes, alts, all that. They look just like this. And you'll fall in love with the narrative, especially if you get in anywhere in the green, because all you're going to do is hear how great things are. and how bullish they're going to be, and keep buying the dip, and don't cheat and don't FUD, don't talk about what's going on with the price, because that's FUD. So this to me will be one of the biggest ways to get you wrecked, because you'll fall in love with the narrative, and then, as Guy mentioned in this video, is that you will start to kind of psychologically convince yourself as well. I did this by making content. I have over almost 2,000 videos of content, and probably 1,800 of them, we'll go with 1,600 of them, are all about me creating narratives around the drip community, drip ecosystem. And this can be for any token, especially if you're in the community and you are in their private Telegram, Discord, following their Twitter. All you're going to hear is bullish, going to the moon, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to continue just inundating yourself and kind of recycling that narrative. And then it just becomes delusional in your head to think otherwise. And before you know it, the market has ripped and we're back into a bear market. Like, there is literally 18 months, we'll call it, of a bull market, and then 2.5 months of a bear market, and that could change this cycle right now. So we don't know what the corrections will be. They may not be as steep. Who knows, right? But the main thing is, do not marry your bags and stay the hell away from cults and narratives that are trying to convince you otherwise. So that's number 9 from the Coin Bureau. My number 10, or my number 1, since I'm only giving you the top 2, is do not FOMO. So this to me is more representative of where we're at right now in this cycle. So if you're brand new to crypto and you're just now hearing about it, then you might be looking to just FOMO. So you hear something exciting, like XRP has been ripping over the last week. So you might decide, oh, I want to jump into this or jump into that. And literally the way the bull market goes, especially with alts, is that one week, one thing is ripping, literally one day. I'll rewind that. One day something is ripping, and then the next day something else is ripping. So you're going to end up trying to chase the hype, because the hype, especially if you're tapped into Twitter, is almost as real time as it gets. But by the time it gets to your feed, it may already be about 8 to 12 hours of that hype. And in this bull market, especially for alts, 8 to 12 hours and literally a day can be almost too late. You may have already bought the top on a token. Now, I'm not saying XRP has reached the top. I'm just saying that you're going to see bigger numbers than this happening in a 24-hour period, and even in some cases a 6-hour, 8-hour. And you're going to jump into that, jump into the next thing, whatever the case may be. So FOMO, that's why I said I don't know, chicken or the egg, because both of them go hand in hand. Because if you FOMO into something, then you might start to dig deeper into that project to understand more about it. And then you end up marrying that project, marrying that bag. And then before you know it, you're wrecked. And then you could also be married from previous projects. And then you hold on to those, round trip your bags, they're all the way down. And then you don't want to get rid of it, which I just recently did with Drip. I actually married that bag, and I made a pledge, though, on camera to you guys, that I was going to hold it until I just recently made the decision to get rid of it. It's still dropping lower than where I sold it. Like, it's still unbelievable how low this thing can go. But that can lead to still FOMO, because all of a sudden now you've got these old tokens worth nothing, and the only thing you're jumping into now is whatever is hyped and trending on your radar. So don't bury your bags and don't FOMO. And especially if you're in something, don't just sell it and jump into the next thing. Like, do a little bit of research before you jump into something. You have at least, as of watching this video, January 21st, 2025, you have at least a good 6 months. If you're watching this before, we'll call it August, that you can do a little bit of research and get into any of the alts, and you'll still have a decent chance of making capital, because all the alts will pump during this bull cycle. And I think, I'm speculating, that it will not be over. The alt season won't be over till after start of at least the third quarter. I can't guarantee that, but I'm just making a speculation based off previous cycles and, of course, other people that I watch and follow. So that means you have a little bit of time. So that means don't FOMO into anything just because it showed up on your radar or it's trending on Twitter or you saw a YouTuber shilling it. That's absolutely the worst thing to do is if a YouTuber is shilling it. Don't jump into it. Do a little bit of research and look for the opposite side of the narrative you're leaning into. So if you're leaning into FOMOing into a token or you want to get in because you hear all this positivity, try to find the negatives. I urge you of that because you're going to only find biased reasons to jump into things, and that makes it easy to want to jump into everything. So you want to seek out other people giving the other side of the token. There's one specifically on that Max Maher did on XRP, and he comes at it from a very unbiased angle to a degree. Now I believe Max is a little biased because he's a SNEC on the board of SNEC and not tied heavily, but really big on Cardano. So both those tokens do different things, but I've seen him give more quote unquote bias information towards Cardano. But anyway, the point is that XRP is pumping absolutely right now, and he gives you reasons to understand, yes, it can continue to pump, and look into where it might run out of steam or tap out, and don't just buy into the it's going to $100 kind of narrative, right? So you want to find people talking about both sides of a project if possible, and if not, if there's only positivity, like even with Bitcoin, there's negative sides of Bitcoin, right? So I think you can find it if you're digging enough. But if time is of the essence, then just allocate a small portion of your portfolio and have a strategy. So I would say that's like kind of number 3 in this video. Did you give me 2, but that's like a bonus. Have a strategy for whatever you decide to do. Avoid FOMO and avoid marrying your bags. But number 1 thing you should do is have a strategy and a plan in place, because no one ever lost money from taking profits. No one ever got the short end of the stick, so to speak, from taking profits. So always have a take profit strategy in place. All right, that's all I got for this video. Hope that provides some insights or clarity to value. If it did, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See you.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.